should be on top of your priorities, even above your personal health and dreams.
Go and do what you love.
What next?
What now?
Great art requires some suffering, so it's probably a good thing for your career.
Everybody seems to know that there's a problem with the economy and some crisis in education.
What next?
What now?
Today is November 21st, a day that will live in infamy, the end of the grace period for our student loans.
It's May 21st, 6 months. Dear God, what have I done? I believe in the power, the value, the importance of art.
Art is the only power that I have.
I know that I haven't prayed to you throughout my entire life, but here I am. I believe in the worth of a thought. Things that aren't commodifiable are still valuable. Engaging one person's mind is a success, even if it's only one person. There's beauty in the small, the insignificant, the ephemeral. There's beauty everywhere you look, and beauty, another intangible thing, is one of the most valuable.
Art is the only power that I have.
What do you do when your heart and soul are invested in one place, but your body is in another? There's a gap between the life I had envisioned as an artist and the reality that I live. I have been trying my hardest to do what I have to do just to get by, living paycheck to paycheck and making the challenging sacrifices of time and labor to make it work. But I'm exhausted. I believe that one person can make a difference. Living an honest life, living by example, has a ripple effect. Kindness, real kindness, in both thought and action, is one of our greatest challenges, and yet it is the only goal. It is more than money. It is more than church. It is our guiding path. I believe in kindness, towards others and myself.
Art is the only power that I have.
I pray to forgo wanting, even though I believe that the wanting is what makes us human. Regardless, it's not a sin to want to feel satisfied and full. Please quiet the voice inside my head that is on constant repeat. I want this. I need that. I deserve weekends off, health insurance, a 401k, paid vacation time. I deserve what they have. Jealousy is an ugly trait, and the grass isn't always greener on the other side. I have to remind myself to appreciate my skills and not wish I had been in love with medicine or numbers, although that would have been so much easier. Why is that? I believe in good food. I believe in the power of things. I believe in coffee, eye contact, and the healing power of a hug. I believe that romantic comedies aren't the downfall of cinema. I believe in music, in musicals, in dancing with abandon. I believe that drag performance is something my heart was searching for without knowing where to look. I believe in critical thought, and I believe in frivolous thoughts. I believe that climate change is happening, and I believe in the selfishness of those who deny it.
Art is the only power that I have.
This is my final plea. I am praying for a miracle. I am through with the restaurants, the temporary clerical work, babysitting, catering, and all of the exploitative unpaid internships in this city. I am ready for the life that I had always imagined, and I know that I also deserve to have the time to take care of myself, to enjoy my friends and family, to be home for the holidays, to have a savings for my future children. I am praying to be valuable enough to this country that I can live a decent life. I believe that it's not easy. I believe that it's worth it. I believe that I'm not alone.
Art is the only power that we have.
Amen.
What next? What now? June 21st, 5 months. I put myself through undergrad. I walked away from UC Santa Cruz only about $7,000 in debt. I did so by getting financial aid, grants,
city has extreme amount of vacant potential still intact, but I have come to know the reality of student life is a beast that you can possibly prepare for without facing it head on. The apparently never-ending energy of the city proves to be insufficient at times. Research, writing, rehearsing, working, promoting, brainstorming, walking, running, climbing the gosh-darn subway stairs, touching turrets, flipping off the catcalls of Brooklyn streets, dining, drinking, crying, sighing. These years have been more than coursework, reading and writing papers. I constantly struggle to understand a different city, a different society, all in a different language, where things work differently and where I feel part of and out of at the same time. I consider myself privileged and lucky. I'm here because I wanted to, because I can. But the fact that I acknowledge my privilege does not obscure the fact that the system is not working, that the principles that govern it and that are at its base should be questioned. I owe huge amounts of money and do not see a well-paid job in my near future. I'm scared, but if I was given another chance, I would have taken the exact same decisions that got me here. However, knowing we are where we are does not entail passive acceptance. Narratives that contrast and illuminate difference should not be used as tools of legitimation, but as outlets for change, for improvement. My position is liminal. I feel that I'm constantly on the verge of a cliff where I acknowledge how high I am, but at the same time I experience profound feelings of vertigo. The possibility of falling is ever present. There are times where something we see or experience makes us lose perspective, or perhaps view things from a more positive view. We can marvel or we can shiver. We can cry of happiness or weep in desperation. It is this ambivalence, where the possibility of doing what one loves meets the all-encompassing feeling of not being able to cover the cost, which entails what we face daily. It is like looking at a beautiful canyon and marveling at its beauty, while at the same time feeling the push to fall into it. It is the acknowledgement of knowing that one can't climb out of the canyon or avoid the slow and steady push of the cliff. It is this beautiful, overwhelming vertigo. Beautiful, but still vertigo.
What next? What now? August 21st, 3 months.
I got my master's degree to be a waitress. I swore that I wouldn't do it, that I wouldn't go back.
I'm the walking cliche, a server who is an aspiring actress. Or am I an aspiring actress who is a server?
I guess my problem is that I don't have any experience serving tables. So in the area in which I could, make more money to get a life a little better than the one that I have don't have any experience. I have a master's degree, so what? I don't have experience waiting tables, so please don't apply.
I worked my ass off as a hostess, covering shifts and pulling doubles, all so I could get promoted to a server and have the opportunity to serve rich people food I can't afford to buy. Hey, only about 600 more dinner shifts till I'm debt-free.
Well, apparently I am too good of a hostess, so they won't turn me into a server. And I end up doing like 2 or 3 jobs without no tips and a low hourly rate.
Isn't getting an education meant to empower the person?
I fail to consider that in this world, hard work does not always pay off. Maybe I didn't know. I always thought people got what they worked for. But do they? Have I?
I take pride in my artistry. It made me sick when you told me you were going to NYU. It made me sick.
How can such a great accomplishment make her feel that way? Is that the general consensus of how we view higher education in this country?
Getting a master's degree would totally repay itself. And since it would be from a, world-renowned institution, it would certainly happen quickly. I was making the right move.
Now, I see that it was my fault. I'm the one who chose the most expensive private school in the country, right? I'm the foolish one who got an arts degree that will most likely never pay itself off. I mean, why do they even give me the loans? Is this a joke or something? Because I don't see the humor.
Great art requires some suffering, so it's probably a good thing for your career.
I'm the one who knew that you don't need to have the extra degree to make it in the theater biz. But I did it anyways. I take pride in art that I create, and I wanted an education that would enhance the level of my work.
Now you will pay for dreaming too big and thinking you deserved an education that your wallet doesn't allow.
I guess I am paying a high price for something that is actually invaluable, incalculable, immeasurable, arriving at being truly myself and seeing the world for what it truly is.
Maybe only the rich people should go there. That would be more economically logical, right? Let's just keep all the poor, middle class people uneducated. No, our country will give you the money like it's candy, knowing damn well you'll never be able to pay it off. I don't know which is worse. Is anyone listening to me? Hello?
Privilege preface. While being poor now sucks, we are young, healthy, and educated, and there is privilege in that.
Fine, you win. But what did you win, America?
You tell me, you're the creative one.
What kind of a country do we live in that more education puts you at a disadvantage in the job market?
Now I will join the army of waitresses with master's degrees.
What next?
What now?
September 21st, 2 months. Mommy for money. There are moments when I recognize the irony of my current employment situation. I disobeyed my father, spent thousands of dollars on a master's degree, and here I stand, hands raw from washing dishes, toddler on my hip, and Cheerios in my hair. The image of domestic femininity, what my father wanted all along. It's moments like when I pull myself away from typing my paper on lesbian vampires to get the just awoken baby out of her crib, and said baby, in a wave of nostalgia for her breastfeeding days, ever so quickly slides her toddler hand into my blouse and grazes over my freshly pierced nipple that I wonder if I'm really the Mary Poppins type. It's so easy to get sucked into your job, especially when it's caring for a child. It can be such a full-time job that you start to lose sight of what you really want to be doing. It's difficult to apply for PhD programs and theater internships with a toddler clinging onto your skirt. Lately, the closest thing I've seen to theater is a baby puppet show in which the lyrics to "You Are My Sunshine" were bad, like a lamb. Goddess, help me.
While you're babysitting, I'll be serving the parents drinks. Let the vicious cycle spin. It's not that I hate kids, but I just rather pay my rent by crafting drinks and dishing food and talking to people at least my own age. But I'm not gonna knock your mommy money. Playing with kids is enlightening, and their innocence reinvigorates my faith in humanity. And I admire your patience.
What I like about working with kids is that it actually is a rewarding job. Maybe I indulge narcissistically in the idea that I'm being a role model, but I just feel more useful when I help a young person in their development than when I sell you shoes or place you at a table. No offense.
I guess nannying is really not that bad of a gig. I get to go on long walks in the family's nice neighborhoods. Yes, with a clunky stroller or a baby harness attached to me, but still it can be pleasant. Also, all that baby lifting is doing great things for my biceps. And as irksome as their codependence may sometimes be, let's face it, babies are super cute. It is rewarding. I may have no interest in being the next June Cleaver or Fräulein Maria, but I'm not cold-hearted. When a baby falls asleep in my arms, I get that warm, fuzzy feeling. And when the 2-year-old who I have grown to love recites the first stanza of the Emily Dickinson poem I taught her all by herself, I'm proud. When I put her to bed and caress her head as I give her her little feminist affirmation, "You are smart, you are strong, you are a special person," I feel like I'm doing something important. Besides, I remind myself that at the end of the day, I still have my freedom. I get to hand over the little rugrats to their real parents. I can go to a baby crying free home, change out of my spit-up splattered dress, and if I choose to do so, make my way to the nearest bar and buy a whiskey ginger with my mothering money. Life could be worse.
What next?
What now?
Now! October 21st, 1 month. We pursue higher education degrees because we want to better ourselves. Every generation wants to do better than the one that came before, and each generation is promised, or at least encouraged by their elders, that they can gain prosperity and happiness through hard work and dedication. Every generation says that they want to leave a better world for their kids. All we want, and all our parents want, I hope, is for our generation to do better, financially, educationally, economically. But the reality is that this economy and this financial and educational system we have in place has not provided and does not provide a better world for my generation. The fact is, we aren't doing better than our parents. Jobs are scarce. Job security is even rarer. And even if you have it, you may not be financially secure because the education that was supposed to make your life better and easier comes at a price tag that is becoming increasingly difficult, if not impossible, to afford. The blame for this does not lie on our shoulders, yet we bear the burden.
We didn't choose to raise tuition. We didn't choose to hike up the interest rate on our student loans, or to lower employee hours to part-time to avoid providing health care.
We didn't choose to increase medical costs, to charge $600 for an aspirin in the ER, to cut education spending, to cut employee wages while the CEO bonuses climb to an all-time high.
We didn't choose this!
We were told things would be better, and they are not. Previous generations instill in us the faith that our lives would be rich in every way, in education, in finances, in freedom, in protection, from sickness, from violence, from poverty. Work harder and appreciate what we have. You know what we have?
We have iPhones and iPads and Wi-Fi and Xboxes and access to an almost unlimited amount of information via the internet.
We have Twitter and Facebook and 24-hour news networks.
We have hybrid cars and GPS and an app for everything, and endless possibilities for entertainment, from video games to music, to television, to movies, to adorable pictures of cats.
We have great universities and great medical advancements and great scientific discoveries and an unprecedented way of connecting to individuals and ideas from around the globe.
We have an abundance of things and ideas and ways to gain access to all of them. But we also have debt. We have student loans.
We have astronomical medical bills. We have high rent and gas that costs $4 a gallon.
Increasing interest rates and ever-growing student loans. Education we
which
pay
we pay
for,
for,
but
which
don't pay off.
Educations that are not economically viable, not because we made poor choices in determining our major, but because the system that is in place does not support the ideals that we are taught as children.
The idea that said, follow your dreams to get a better future.
Those iPhones we're told we need come with $600 price tags. The TV and internet we're told we need to stay connected and informed come with monthly fees in the triple digits for channels we don't watch and news networks we can't rely on.
The car we need to get to work comes with a fuel tank that we may as well fill up with money instead of gas. The work we need to survive comes with dwindling hours, dwindling benefits, dwindling opportunities for advancement.
The education we're told to get is part of a system where the best people in their fields, people with PhDs who have advanced as far as it is possible to advance, must struggle to make a living because tenure-track positions have all but disappeared.
We have a world where we are promised everything but given none of it.
Even after we have put all the hard work and blood and sweat and tears and money that it takes to make it happen.
This is my generation's reality.
We have a reality right now that insists that we dream big and then denies us the opportunity to bring that dream to life. If that's the case, we either need a new reality or a new dream.
What next?
What
now? November 21st, Doomsday. You're being realistic. Since when has the term realistic come to mean uncreative, defeatist, and resigned? The political and economic problems facing our generation often seem insurmountable. Between student debt and healthcare issues, coupled with job insecurity and the inability to save, it seems that we're destined for a more complicated life than the one our parents experienced. Just deal with it, right? Just take care of you and your own. Make sure that you save enough for your own family and go on with your day. Be realistic. But I don't want to be realistic. I don't want to give up and accept things as they are. I don't want any of us to accept our lot in life and just make the most of what's given to us. I want to keep pushing, to keep thinking about what the ideal is. Just because the ideal solution is hard, some would say impossible, to accomplish doesn't mean it shouldn't be thought, it shouldn't be voiced. I'm not a politician. Politicians have to be diplomatic and compromise and find a realistic solution.
I'm an artist!
I have to be idealistic and headstrong and openly voice my opinion, as unrealistic as you think it is. Maybe if enough of us refuse to be realistic, our unrealistic dreams will become a reality.
November 21st, a day that will live in infamy, a beginning